You're such an asshole.
How you kids doing? Globetrot and Cappy here. This video is brought to you by Reconnaissance Man. It's one of people enjoy. They take it, but it's a very practical book, and it's just me taking all my adventures and motorcycle rides in the U.S. and telling you where to live, so don't waste your time. Should I move to Ferguson, Missouri? No, you should not. Oh, thank you, Cappy. Should I move to anywhere in Nebraska? No. No, you absolutely no. No, shouldn't do that. Colorado, I hear the people are fitting thin there. Do you like homeless white people crapping in the streets and then the turds free? Do you like frozen human feces? Is one I'm trying to ask. You do? Yes, then Denver is the place for you. So this guy has a unique question. Hey, Aaron, I could send a detailed email after I get a green light. I was wondering if you could provide enough content about traveling from Spearfish, or is it Dan Pellegrino, and Spearfish says Spafish, to Coeur d'Alene, Idaho, and back. I think if you have enough content for a video, let me know how much in Ba. I said, you mean like things to do en route to Coeur d'Alene, or just how to get there? Things to do, detailed more. All right. Book of numbers. I hear this is a good place to find out getting the girls. Just kidding. I read the book of numbers. I know better. Plus, there's that whole fat thing going on today. I find your reconnaissance videos valuable, and I have not heard anyone ask about the Idaho area. I have limited exposure to Idaho. I know some general stuff, but there's nothing wrong with it. Perhaps you have never been there. If not, so no worries. I'm from Illinois. Oh, poor you. Heading to Coeur d'Alene next June for an Ironman event I'm participating in. Stop in Galena, Illinois. That's what I would do. You say Galena. So you here, I'm already gonna make your trip better. Well, you haven't even gotten to South Dakota yet. Galena, Illinois. Don't go north into Madison at Rockford. Go to Galena, Illinois, and then follow the river up to La Crosse. Whichever way you want. Stay close to the river. Hug the river. And that you'll be like, oh, that's beautiful. The Mississippi Valley there is beautiful. Stop at Galena. Say hi to President Grant's house. I will get the Spearfish first to get the initial 13 hours of nothingness out of the way. I've been to Spearfish Deadwood area a few times. However, I've never traveled westward through Wyoming past Devil's Tower. No, not even Casper Walmart. Here's the place to be. My initial route, Spearfish to Buffalo, Buffalo to through Yellowstone. Well, which way are you going to go there? Man, am I going to save you so much time? Yellowstone to Virginia, Nevada City, Montana. Nevada to Montana, then you're going to go the northern route. It looks like Coeur d'Alene to Glacier National, Little Bighorn on the way to it's just hills. And Spafish when you send down hike. Okay. I'm a fan of Western 19th century history, so Virginia City area is a place I look forward to visit. Virginia City, Montana. Where the hell is that? Off-road sites along my detour I should do. I like anything unique. Dive bars, historical significance, nature. I do not ride motorcycle. Let me know. All right. So let me look up where Virginia and Nevada City. What the hell is that? Okay, there it is. It's the town. Where is that? Where the hell is that? Well, you're off the beaten path there. Yeah, I guess you can go. There's Butte. I'm just getting my bearings. Okay. All right, we got that. So now that I know where that is and you want to hit it, you're going to have to hit it on your way out. Because if you're going through, what's it called? Glacier on the way back. Yeah, you're going to. All right, so let me pull up the map here. All right, so you're in Spearfish. So the eastern part of Wyoming, there's not much there. So you're just going to haul ass. If you want to stop and look at Devil's Tower, take the exit. All right, just to look at, there it is. Don't spend more than 3 minutes looking at it. Like, there it is. You could technically even see it from the interstate. There's a couple spots along the interstate you could see it in, but fine. Take the detour. Look at it. There it is. Saw it back. Get your ass. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to go to Buffalo. From Buffalo, Wyoming. All right. Now you have the Bighorns immediately to your west. And you got to hop over them. There's only 2 ways to go through, 14 or 16. I recommend 16 because then you're going to go through 10 Sleep Canyon, which is an absolutely stud. The prettier of the two is Highway 16, I would say. In Buffalo, you can stop and wave where I used to live. You could send the dickhead used to live here. He told us we couldn't, have sex with our sisters and borrow 300% on our shit-filled trailer parks. They're very upset. They're very nice people. Bring guns. And then move on through Buffalo and get to 10 Sleep. From 10 Sleep there, okay. The question is, how do you handle Yellowstone? How much time you got? I would do hiking in Glacier National before I do hiking in Yellowstone. Yellowstone, I was not that impressed with. Yellowstone is really a drive around and look at the geology and the buffalo. Do not pet the buffalo. And be very careful where you step. Just don't go walking out onto the platforms of the dirt. You'll see what I'm saying. Then there's the Grand Tetons, which is another national park, which is and to the south west of the national park of Yellowstone. Unless you are in great shape, you want to climb the Tetons. They're just pretty to look at. And based on where you're going, I don't know if you need to see the Grand Tetons, especially if you're going to go hike in Glacier, the mountains of which are just as pretty, debatably prettier. But I'm just pointing that out. So you're going to be in 10 Sleep. Yeah, that Highway 26 is not the prettiest Yellowstone. What can you do for a Klondike bar? Grand Teton. I'm just trying to figure out how to get you there. And there's Virginia City. So if we could put you out through West Yellowstone, that will get you on the way. And here's the thing. Like, look at from Gardner up to the interstate. Is that pretty stuff? Yes. It's not the prettiest stuff ever. So for the sake of you, God, maybe I should just have you go through the south so you can see Grand Teton Park and then come in. Yeah, otherwise you'd have to. So there's 10 Sleep. Oh no, 26 too far south. Yeah, you're gonna have to go in through Cody. Go to Cody. From Cody, you're gonna want to go to Beartooth Pass. You're gonna want to do the pass. You have to do the pass. Aaron, what do I do after I get to the pass? All right. The pass is right on the Wyoming North Montana border. So you'll be in Cody, depending on how much time you got. And I would, I want to stay in the Bighorns. I'm like, drive through it as quickly as possible. Okay. I would your first, you should be able to get it from Spearfish to Cody, do Beartooth Pass and that's like day one. And you'll see it. You'll see it all. You'll see 10 Sleep Canyon. You'll see Beartooth Pass. Stay in Cody. All right. Or Cook City. All right. Either way. One or the other. Then you got a day to tackle both Yellowstone and Grand Tetons. I would do some research on the internet to find out if there are any hikes you'd like to do in Yellowstone. I'm not trying to slam on Yellowstone. I'm just not that impressed with it. If I had to choose a day to hike between Yellowstone or Glacier, I'd do Glacier. There's beautiful hikes in Yellowstone. But Yellowstone is more drive around, look at the crater, look at the caldera that's about to blow up at any moment now and kill us all. Look at the Grand Tetons. You've done it. So, assuming, let me take a look. Spearfish should be a 6-hour drive. Yeah, 6 hours from Spearfish to Wyoming. No, you need to go Spearfish to Ten Sleep. It's a 3-hour, 40-minute drive, and then Ten Sleep to Cody. Let's do Ten Sleep, Wyoming to Red Lodge, Montana. Yeah. So you got a long first day. A long first day. It's going to be your goal will be to go to Ten Sleep, Wyoming, see Ten Sleep Canyon. Then drive not directly to Red Lodge, but go to Cody and do Beartooth Pass to get to Red Lodge. Once you get to Red Lodge, you're looking at 8, maybe 9 hours. So leave early, get to Red Lodge, say, okay, I did Beartooth Pass. You go down the switchbacks, you get to Red Lodge. What do? You turn around, you head back to Cody. Go back up, Beartooth Pass. If you want to check out Cook City, if there's enough sunlight, which there should be in June, and then bivouac headquarter in either Cody or Cook City, either or. That now gives you another day to go and explore Yellowstone. You could drive around. I recommend you hit Grand Teton National Park. Just drive down there, check it out. Look at the Tetons. And then you can putz around Yellowstone, whatever you want to do. But then you want to head out when you're done in Yellowstone. Schedule so you head out at West Yellowstone, that entrance or exit to the park, which now allows you to check out Virginia City. And what was the other one? Virginia City and Nevada City. Why? What's there? I'll have to look up the history. And then you're on your way to Coeur d'Alene. Now, Idaho, where is it? There it is. You're going to be there. If you can do it, it is not going to be direct. But the Bitterroot Mountains are very pretty. Very pretty. And let me just get a big map. And then you're up at Coeur d'Alene over there. And there's not a lot of roads going through the Bitterroots. And I'll just explain Idaho very quickly to you. The northern half, the panhandle, a little bit of how it spreads out, that's pretty. The southern half, including Boise, is high plains tundra. It's not that pretty. And so what I think you should do is you want to get to Highway 93. Salmon is the way to get there. So you're over there in Virginia City. Then you're going to get up to Highway 41. You're going to go down 41, down to Highway 15, go 324, 29. You're going to go into you'll see a lot of Idaho this way. Then 28 to 93, you're in Salmon. That stretch 93 from Salmon up to Missoula. I think that's the town that it's. Yep, Missoula. That's beautiful. And if you had a little bit of extra time, I'd look for any hikes. I did Trapper Peak. It's a real short hike. You drive up most of it, and then it's a 4-mile there and back. That was one I'd recommend, especially if you're like, you want a hike you could bang out. I'd check that out. You pull off the main drag, go up, switch back on the car. Boom, boom. Beautiful view. You saw the Bitterroots. Now you're on Missoula. And is there a lot of trails? Is there hiking to do in Idaho? Yeah, but I haven't done it. And what I would do is just take that Highway 90, and then you make your rocket run to Coeur d'Alene, of which there's plenty to do. And I would HQ out of Coeur d'Alene. Like, you could still hit that beautiful part of Idaho. I've not done any hiking, unfortunately, in that area. I'm sure there's tons. I love the town, though. If I could convince you, though, to spend a night in Wallace, Idaho, that is a quaint, wonderful little town. And that's closer to the mountain. Coeur d'Alene's got the lake. Wallace is right up there in the mountains. So if you go do a little bit of looking around, sure, there's hundreds of hikes that you could do. But I know Coeur d'Alene is your destination. Spend some time in Wallace. And if you want to do a little bit of hiking, and then report back to me because I don't know what the rest of that looks like. From there, now let's go to your itinerary you'd like to do. You've hit Nevada City. Return trip, you want to go to Glacier. You want to go to Little Bighorn. Okay. And then Spearfish. I love Spearfish. I love South Dakota, don't get me wrong. But if I was, I'd probably spend a little bit more time in Glacier. That's what I would do. So on your way back, God, there's no direct way. I guess go up to Sandpoint. I've never been there. You're riding around a lake. You go out to Niagara, then you hook up the Highway 2. I would take that back road. I want to take the interstate back down to Missoula and then shoot straight up. I take the scenic route. Never known what Bonner's Ferry was like. I was going to ride that with my motorcycle, but I came down through Spokane when I came out of Canada. I would go up to Highway 2, meander over, and then Glacier. Glacier, you could spend months in and not hike everything. So there's that, and I'll let you figure that out for yourself. And then how to get back to South Dakota. So Glacier, you can even see it on the map. It's like Denver. East of it, it's nothing but flat. Flat, nothing. West of it, that's where the mountains start. So the scenic route would be to take Highway 93 back to Missoula, hook up to Highway 90, and now you're on the rocket run all the way back through Montana to Billings to get to Little Bighorn. Let me double check. You want to do Little Bighorn. Let me take a look at Little Bighorn. And what's great about when you're done with Glacier and you're driving through the rest of the mountain, yes, there's plenty of other hikes and mountains between there and going back to the interstate. But once you get past those mountains, nothing. There's really nothing. All right. Oh, it's on 212. Yeah, it's right off the highway there. Yeah, okay. There's the highway. I've done that drive many times. And then you're going to go back. Sheridan is an okay town if you want to stop there. And like if you need to sleep and rest, that's an okay town too. And then you're going to go back. Yeah. And now you're back on that eastern prairie of Wyoming and Montana, which there's nothing. And you're back in Spearfish. And that should give you a general itinerary. Most of your stuff, you're going to spend more time going out because you're going through Idaho. You got Yellowstone. And then you're going all the way back east to the easternmost thing to see, and that would be Glacier. And then you can putz around on the way back. But once you get out of the mountain, there's nothing left. I mean, there's Billings. There's nothing to do in Billings except for look at a whole other group of homeless white people they're not quite yet at Denver white people level where they poop in the streets, but they're getting there. Meth is helping. And then you get to Spearfish, and then you're back in my backyard. And I mean, if you're looking for some hikes to do in Spearfish, the main ones I would do would be Crow Peak. Although a lot of this is, if you just were done hiking in Glacier, these are not going to be glorious hikes. You'll have been dating Miami girls, and now you're coming to Milwaukee and dating Milwaukee girls. And so, but there's there's Crow Peak. Bear Butte is a quick, fast one. Spearfish Canyon, there's several hikes in there. What I like to do is bushwhack it. You go to a town called Savoy, which is a Spearfish Canyon, and you bushwhack it up the cliffs. Look out for poison ivy. And that's where you get some really cool views. There are dedicated trails, but they aren't that long. They kind of go up a stream or a tributary and they come back, like Devil's Bathtub, Iron Creek. But I think just going up, there's an intersection at Savoy. I think that you go up any one of those cliffs you want, and you're going to get a hell of a view. Rough Lock Falls, I check out Rough Lock Falls, but that's a mile hike. You can drive to it if you want. It's pretty waterfalls. That's all it really is. And then the only other, then I'd be doing Harney's Peak, but that's in the middle of the Black Hills. There's a really cool hike called the Homestake Trail from Deadwood to Lead. You get to see the gold mine in Lead, but you could drive up to that too. All I'm saying is that you're really these hikes are going to pale in comparison to what you just did in Glacier and in Idaho, probably. And so yeah, and that should get you. That should hit you there. The only thing that weren't on your itinerary, Beartooth Pass, Chief Joseph's Highway, which you're going to be on, which also goes to Cook City. Yellowstone, check it out. Grand Tetons, look, there they are. Can't hike them unless you're into that. Like you got your gear and your equipment. And then I just spend some time in Coeur d'Alene, go check out Idaho hiking and all that in the Panhandle. Spend your time in Glacier, and then I'd hightail it. And if you want to rest up and recoup in Spearfish, there you go. And then you're back out into the boring part of the country. All right. Any super chats? Why Artful Clone, $2. Don't overthink road trips. Just enjoy the road. Yeah, but yes and no. What if you got a real job? You got to get back by a certain time. You do have to strategically plan it. You do. We could waste days and hundreds of dollars of gas. Oh, Frank Munafo, one of the world's greatest hikers, $5. Coeur d'Alene. After a day of hiking, hit old school liquor bar. Oh, that's right. He wanted to know dive bars. Old school liquor bar over the Humpty Dumpty Burger and 1920 old fashioned. Go to bed. You're welcome. Yeah, he did want to know any off-road sites, detour, dive bar, historical significance. Dive bars. Dive bars. God, I don't drink anymore. I'm trying to think. In Wyoming, there's the Occidental. It's not a dive bar. It's an old school Western bar. I get a drink at the Occidental in Buffalo. Walls have a ton of bars. Yeah, I don't know if there's like these quaint. There's a VFW or an American Legion. I'd always pull off to that. And those are dive bar-y enough. But yeah, Frank knows about Coeur d'Alene, obviously. Frank, you got any hikes out there in Coeur d'Alene you'd recommend? I was always just chilling out at the lake or driving through. I've never, this year I was supposed to go and make some forays into Idaho and Montana. It just never happened. Aztec Patriarch, $2. Clary's road trip advice is great. Yeah, because they save you money on gas. Here, Alex Patino, he's a truck driver. He'll know. $5. Try driving to Lewiston, Idaho in the winter with a big rig. I hate it. It's tight and car drivers suck major sports, especially in that area. Oh, suck major balls, especially in that area. Yeah, that's why he's going to go in June. All right, there you go. Questions, answers, assholeconsulting.com. See you guys later. Toodles.